and lovely tarot. So good to see you guys here today. This reading is going to be for my beautiful, let's do earth signs today, right? I wrote it in the description box. So for my earth signs today, we are going to go over your reading. It is a beautiful reading. I'm excited to actually go through this with you guys, these changes, these transformations, these levels of growth. And give me 1 second. And I'm just excited. You have baby? Oh, congratulations. Sorry, let me fix that. I hate when the camera thing's dirty. All right. Congratulations. You have baby? That's beautiful. But you're already taken care of. You don't need me to bless you. That you already have that. You've been given that already. Since birth, you're taken care of. Don't worry. All right, guys, as I was saying, we're going to do the earth sign reading. I've already drew your cards out. The first reading, I always like to draw the cards out just to get really deep into the reading. And I love it. I got the anime tarot for you guys. And again, this is earth sign readings for tomorrow, which should be October 15th, 12, 13, 14, October 16th, sorry. Let me just make sure. Give me 1 second. 16th, October 16th through the 17th. I'm never on time with my days. I don't know the days, okay? All right, and then for anybody that resonates with the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you guys want personal readings, you can contact me at jocelynlovely84@gmail.com. And if you ever feel like donating, you can. It's in the description box below, okay? All right. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Congratulations. I got my little hot drink going. Let's get started. All right, guys, so I usually let you guys know before I go on live, but today we're ready. All right, so the first card that came out was the Sun. Look how happy this person is. When I think of the Sun, I think of happiness. Somebody's really enjoying the moment. Somebody feels like they finally arrived, right? That could be success. That could be happiness in all areas of your life. It could be happiness, just whatever makes you happy, right? There's clarity, there's sun, there's enlightenment, there's joy, there's confidence due to the yellow, right? But it's funny because when I think of the Sun, I think solar plexus, but today I was thinking, for whatever reason, when I was reading into the card, my sacral chakra started activating. So there was a message there. Sacral energy, right? We think about maybe the passion. When someone's in their passion, when someone's pursuing things that really relate to who they are, not only on a spiritual level, but like even down to the minute detail, I feel like that's really what brings the essence of true happiness for somebody. I know they say happiness can be elusive, but I really think in the moment, when you're focusing on doing something that you love, that is the true definition of happiness, right? Not just family, not just, money, right? But I mean you in the moment, like this character. Hey, Brody, welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, this is you guys. If you think it's not, I'm getting somebody who this is what you're going to experience this week. Okay? I feel like the reason the divine wants us to bring this up is because I'm getting from you've been focusing on this only. Right? It's not all about pursuing tasks and getting things done and accomplishing things. It's not only about that, because that you do very well. I'm talking about when you let go of expectations and you're just focused on the craft, the passion, the inner child, right? Discovering how you behave, how your inner child interacts with certain things throughout the day, right? It may not just be projects. What if it's at work? The inner child comes out and then you get to play. You get to play, right? And I think that's what you've been missing, and that's what you've been. I feel like the divine wanted you to see that this season. A lot of signs, but especially Earth, right? The divine was showing you, like I said, in months ago, different version of what security looks like to you versus what the divine is showing you is the type of security that you actually want. You were pursuing security in a different way, but the divine's like, no, let me show you, child. And so you went and listened, and now you found happiness, a deeper sense of joy is what I'm saying, from where you were before. And that could have taken you a while to get there. Think about it, because you could have been at the 9 for a very long time. You could have been building to the 9 for a very long time, and then you felt stuck. Right? In the 8 of 9 of Cups, 8 of 9 of Pentacles, you could have been stuck. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're here. You finally understand that there's certain things that you weren't privy to, right? That could have brought you a real sense of joy. And then once the divine showed you how to acquire this, which could have just been relaxing and letting things go, then you got to the 10 and then you're like, oh my God, it was so simple. Yes, it's simple. In theory, it's simple. Surrendering seems simple, but it's not. Especially to achieve people who are like overachievers or people who like to get things done, right? This could be a hard task, but you managed to make it happen. Right? You got the 10 of Cups. You're here. For a lot of you guys, 10 of Cups, a lot of people say, you know, this is the family card, right? Because it involves your loved ones, whether that's spiritual family, that's your actual family unit, or the family you created. Either way, I think this is more of an addition to what you've already accomplished. So maybe you did meet people that are good for you. Maybe you've realized that the type of people you wanted to meet are different from the type of people that the divine keeps bringing, and maybe that's okay, right? It's kind of like letting go of certain expectations brought you to more happiness, right? Because it's not the way you saw things, and then you just accepted that. And once you accepted that the way you saw things isn't reality, or maybe isn't true, that's when things got better. Again, it's like when I talked about security, your version of security was fine and all, but it wasn't what the divine had in plan and in store for you. So then what did you do? You surrendered it. Same thing with family. Maybe the divine's going to bring you different people you want to get to know, right? That you didn't think would be perfect for you, but that's the whole point. It's part of the plan. And so I feel like this is a season where you just decide, okay, I'm going to get on board and work with what you got. Okay? For some of you guys, you had to go and create your own family. You left the family you had to go create your own, and look where you're at now. Right? It's all about how, for some of you guys, it's all about you wanted to be happy, but didn't know how. And now we're at a point in a journey where it's like every time we get to this question, right, to get into a deeper sense of happiness, what do we need to do? And then I feel like a lot of it has to do with surrendering our expectations, and then it has to do with learning. We're learning what actually brings us more joy in the moment. And I think that is it's beautiful. Because it's outside of our understanding in a way. But when you surrender and you go with it, that's when you meet the surprises. That's when you find things out. That's when you discover something amazing, and it changes your life. And it could just be momentarily. It could be for a day. It could be for a couple hours. It could be for a month. But the experience is what brought you joy. And I feel like you're willing to explore that a little bit more, Earth signs. I'm not Wiccan. I'm not Wiccan. I don't have anything against that. I'm I believe I believe in just a channel, like flowing through a channel that's that my guides have flowed through for many lifetimes, and I just I praise the universe. I don't really do any witchcraft or something, anything like that. I don't take things into my own hands. I try not to. That's not my thing. But hey, to each his own, right? All right. The next card is the Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's like collecting data this season. You collect the data about what it is to actually have fun. How to have fun. Maybe you thought you were having fun, only to find out you had no clue. You haven't had fun or joy in a long time. And then this season, this week, you're going to learn what it is to be childlike again. You're going to know what it's like to just put yourself out there. You're going to learn what it's like to discover joy in the moment. And you understand you cannot really, it's not in the way you thought it looks, which is what's so surprising. And then once you understand that, you're just going to be a little bit more surprised, because life is a surprise. Life is a present in the present moment. It's a gift. So I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be surprised this week. You can step into this energy. It's scary because it's different and it's outside of your control, but that's the whole point. It's supposed to be fun. Well, it's free will. I don't want to say it's supposed to be, but it can be if you wanted to. And it's funny because you got this ace, right? This is the last piece of information that was recorded or that you needed to get this. Add one more pentacle to this. We're at the 9 of Pentacles. What is this? The 10. The 10 of Pentacles. You got the 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the Sun prior. So if you were studying or researching how to be happier, how to do this, how to get you closer to your goal, you found it. Only to find out that the methods you were using or applying were not even the right ones. But that, hey, that's life, right? Hey, White Runs, welcome, welcome. Shout out to White Runs, that's our moderator, everybody. All right. Hopefully you're doing okay. All right, the next card is the King of Wands. Again, somebody was collecting information. This is what makes you the King of Wands. He's a master. He's a teacher. It almost seems like you went down some steps. It almost seems like you had to bring down remember the King of Wands, he's so intelligent. So sometimes I feel like when the King of Wands as a leader is great and all, but I feel like you kind of had to step down from your throne. I feel like this person's taking steps down to go down into, again, not where he's at. He had to go to another place, another location, another state of being to understand how to really acquire happiness, the tools to happiness in the moment. And you get it. But you know what's funny about this card is you got the reptile here, the lizard, right? When we think about lizard, this lizard is adaptable, very Gemini energy. He can fit anywhere. He's responds well to changes. It can pivot. It's flexible. And that's what you need to be this season in order for you to activate more of that joy energy. And I see you making it happen this week, Earth signs. This just looks so good on you this season. All right. Something told me to pull from these cards. I'm going to pull from the Luna L Universe Tarot deck just to see what else we got going on here. Do you think it's wrong to know a lot of your own future? I think the divine tells us exactly what we need to know. To try to find more of that would be like anxiety ridden. Wouldn't you be riddled with anxiety? I feel like that would be too much for a human to want to bear, right? So I feel like when you try to force things, it always backfires. It always backfires because the things we're trying to avoid or the things we're trying to acquire, we don't attract it. It's like the complete opposite happens of that, because there's this like it's a fear thing, right? So hopefully that answered your question. Four of Pentacles, but this really reminds me of like ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. I feel like somebody's descendants are like Native American. I'm getting New Mexico. I don't know why this is coming in, or like native tribes. I feel like this season they want you to step into that if you start getting inkling or any feeling about your ancestry lineage and like where they were from, the culture, right? Whether that's tribes or anything like that, step into that. There's something really powerful about that, because it almost seems like you are already so connected to your ancestors, but there's like a deeper level happening for you this week or this month. I feel like there's this like it's just something beautiful about it. The ancestors want to speak through you. It's like a connection to the ancestors is so much bigger when you step into that energy that I was talking about, the energy of bliss in the moment, and it's ready. It's like that invitation's there and it wants you to step into it, because once you're in this energy, it's just like infinity. It's you're at your happiest, you're at your most influential, right? And I feel like that's when you're at your best. And I feel like the divine, your guides want you to know that like those are one of the reasons why you come here, to experience moments like that. I remember Queen Cup said this years ago. She said something like, you guys we incarnate to feel levels of happiness that we were never able to tap into in other lifetimes. But in this lifetime, we can do it. For a lot of us, we can. It's just going to require a deeper level of faith that you're going to be okay in the moment, so that we don't really resort to our, coping mechanisms or the things that we need, right? Which clearly, we all know that it could be an illusion, but we're human. It's the humanness within us, right? That's why I don't want to judge that part of ourselves, right? But I feel like they're not judging those parts of self either. I just think they're saying, here's an open invitation. Do you want to step into it? Because look at what they're offering you, the Ten of Cups. Do you want to step into this? Because once you step into this is a whole different energy than what's outside of you. Look at within. It's gorgeous. It's free flowing. They're in water. When you're in water, when you take a bath, how great does that feel? It's that feeling all the time. As much as you can, right? Because then you can get a little too exhausted, right? Oh, I love this. I'm awakened. I never had a future. Right, so I'm listening to you. Oh, okay. I don't know about future red. I don't really see it that way with tarot. I see it more of, here are the options. Here's where we're at in the present moment. Here are the options. It's free will. You do what you want, but I feel like what I'm telling you is something that your ancestors or your guides or whatever you pray to is probably trying to tell you, right? But in subtle ways. Here you just hear it from me, right? Because they're using me as a channel. Simple stuff, I guess. I don't know. All right, the next card is the Queen of Cups. Oh, that was for Elisandro. All right, Queen of Cups. Look at this. Letting go, right? It's like when you're in water, it's free flow. Free flow. When you're tapped into the heart frequency, it's so beautiful. Ooh, you just flow. You look like, so now not only do you feel good, right? But you're just very wise because you're tapped into that energy where, again, I say influential. You're influential only because because of the messages that you're receiving, right? Because your ancestors, higher self is flowing through you and you look so good. And of course, we always say thanks to the ancestors, thanks to God, right? Because it's, we're not doing it alone. Yeah. Hello, welcome Hassan. Cuppy wuppies. Cuppy wuppies, what's that? That's funny. That's cute. All right, let's see what else. Knight of Wands. Look, you have the Queen of Cups and then you have a Knight of Wands. So I feel like this is what happens. Remember I told you earlier I felt the sacral chakra really activating. I really wanted to be heard in this reading. When I think of sacral, I think of like that beautiful, raw, not only sexual energy, but I feel that, again, that creative energy. It's that energy that maybe you haven't tapped into in a while. And when you do, this is what happens. Enlightenment, power, grace, agility. I'm getting agility with this card. I don't know why. I'm getting, it's like everything's just simpler, easier, free-flowing. But it's still, it's not so zen, right? It's zen, but it gives you that beautiful, fiery touch that you all have. Right? It's that passion. That's also included. Right? It's like no big parts of self were left behind in the present moment. If anything, all parts are being utilized perfectly. Oh, the light just flickered. That was confirmation. Every single part of self is utilized perfectly, which is why this works so well when you tap into that invitation from the divine in the present moment. Hey Prima, welcome Periana. That's Cuzzo right there. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? I feel like if there were versions of you that you felt were left behind, that's why. When you tap into that beautiful invitation of light, or it doesn't even have to be light. We don't want to call it so, perfect, right? But when you step into that energy in the present moment, this part of you, which you felt hasn't been utilized, gets used. It gets to be seen, right? It's that part of you that gets to be seen by you that you don't usually do when you're focused and rushed and moving and in fear. But when you're out of that, even this part of self, the darkest version of self, the shadows get enlightened. They get used. They get to shine. And I feel like that, oh my God, this season, every version of you gets justice. Congratulations, guys. Hey, Rebecca, welcome. So good to see you here today. Beautiful. Hope that you're doing okay. All right, the next card, I get the Ancestors coming in strong again. This is my Ancestor card. This is my Ancestor card. They want to say, oof. Oh, I want to cry. It's, you're living a life, a very beautiful life. So if you guys are struggling and thinking that it's horrible at the moment, I'm telling you, you're going to be very, very surprised at how content you're going to be throughout the time that comes. And I feel like this week will be a little bit of proof of that when you step into that energy that we were talking about earlier. I feel like for some of you guys, your ancestors are saying this is justice for the lineage, because I feel like maybe there's been a lot of suffering in the lineage. And I feel like you barely scathed by. Like you thought you were barely surviving. You weren't even like thriving, right? And I'm getting the season it's justice because you get to be happy. Maybe it wasn't in the way you expected it, but you're happy. Or you're content, you're at peace, and it's enough. And I feel like this is, your guys are sitting here telling me, like, and they've been telling me this for like a couple of days now, you're lucky. They're saying you're lucky you get to live in this lifetime. You get to be here, enjoying this moment. I just want you guys to hear that. You got an 8 of Wands. I feel like they're going to surprise you this week. So if you've been getting inklings or like more of your ancestors coming in and tapping into your energy, like really kind of giving you more signs, more messages, like it's on purpose. I feel like they feel like you're so close, right, to being even more integrated or more in that beautiful energy that they were this, you know, that we talk about all the time, but it's so hard to tap into it, you know, especially if we get triggered, or the trauma or the healing, it can get very difficult. It can be dense. The energy around us could be dense, but it almost seems like that's why they keep tapping in like more. That's why they keep reminding you, or keep, you know, gently being there to remind you, like, hey, like you will feel better. There will be better times. And we're here. I feel like a lot of us are actually here. Enjoying the moment. Hi, welcome, No Pun. Welcome back. Yes, Lisandro, thank you for subscribing. We're so close to the 1K, okay? So every like counts. Thank you, Lisandro. Are they going to be better times for me, Jocelyn? Of course. It's an energy, though, that we can tap into. But I know it's difficult, okay? I know it's difficult for a lot of people because of what they've been through. Everybody in here has been through something real bad, right? And I'm getting the divine saying, like, it's okay. Like, it's part of the journey, but there will be good moments to have as well, right? And I feel like that's why they're saying you're lucky. You get to experience it all, right? You may not feel like that now, but I promise you, you will. I promise you, you will. Yeah, somebody still remembers this three of swords, how difficult that sword was, right? That heartbreak. People still remember their heartbreaks. It was like yesterday. For some of you guys, you still have the heartbreak. It doesn't go away, but I feel like you're managing better. It doesn't consume you every single second of the day, and that's why the divine keeps saying, even if it does consume you for the day, they're there. They're there right next to you, supporting you through these difficult times. They understand what you're doing. They understand what you're going through. They understand the difficulty of it, and they're here. Even when you want to cry and you're all alone, they're here. All right, let's see what else. I love this. There's a reason why the Luna El tarot deck wanted to come out, and I see, like, I'm getting El Dia de los Muertos, like just ancestors. Let's see what else. The moon. Remember, we're also entering Scorpio season, right? Which is funny, right? Because when you think about Scorpio, you think death or rebirth, and then you get the ancestors. The ancestors, the death of the ancestors, right? On November. And I feel like it's a big deal because it's like you paying homage to them. Like, I feel like you always are grateful for the ancestors and everything they do for you, but I feel like it almost seems like they want to thank you. I feel like the ancestors want to thank you. Holy snaps. They want to thank you. For everything you've done. Why? I didn't want to cry today. Hi, welcome. My pistol. Pistol? Oh, my positivity. My I didn't bring my Glock out. No, I'm just playing. Um, yeah. They want to thank you for everything you've done. I feel like I feel like you don't give yourself the credit, but you should. Because it's true. They can't do anything without your consent. They can't do anything without your willingness, and I feel like you've done so much. So this is their way to pay it forward to you. They want you to experience happiness so that it's like you did all this for the lineage, right? Even, whether you wanted to believe it or not, and it's like where do you get your flowers, right? When do you get to be happy? When do you get justice? And it's like here. They want you to experience it so that it's worth it. You know? You got the moon in reverse. There's something here that I missed. This is usually my protection card, right? Because somebody's in here and this is like a big orb protecting you, and that also signifies, you know, you being fully connected not only to the Merkaba, but like your oversoul and all the, you know, other frequencies and dimensions, right? But then this one comes out again and it's in reverse. I almost wanted to say like you're the golden. There's something really beautiful about this card. I'm not getting like you in the subconscious and not being able to see your way through. Even if it's you. For example, let's say this is you and you can't see your way through and you need a lot of love and support, right? It's like help is on the way. So keep holding. You're protected. Keep holding on. Everything's going to work out. We promise, right? But I'm also getting here as the golden child. Like you're the golden child, or you're just like you chose yourself. You chose to be the example for the family, for people, for your children. Like you're the example. All your mistakes, all of the good, it's like you're the example. You're the influence. So I feel like they're betting on you, right? Because you showed how invested you are in this process, or in this, you know, whole journey. And to be honest with you, I think you did way better than you could have ever anticipated. I think you did wonders in this lifetime. You've done things that I don't think people would get done in this lifetime right away. It could have taken you a bit, but I'm getting you did more than like one thing to push yourself forward, push your bloodline forward. You did so much in this lifetime. I think that's why the ancestors are like, I don't want to say indebted, because I don't think they believe in things like that, but it's like, I feel like they feel they owe you. I don't know. It's kind of, maybe that's how I don't know. I don't want to say it like that because I don't think guides would think like that. I want to say like, I think they just want to thank you. That's it. Because you've done wonders. Yeah. Let's leave it there, because I don't want to say that. I don't think they think like that. I think they think better, like they're more compassionate about it, right? Because free will is everything. They understand that there's setbacks and delays, and yet you still chose to commit. So they're grateful, right? They want you to be happy because of that. I think they're also excited to show you what you can really tap into when it comes to happiness, the levels of happiness, the frequencies. They're really excited to show you these things, if you're willing this season, right? Death and transformation, baby. Lovely computer chip. I am the golden child. Appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like a golden child, or like you are the golden child, but I feel like you will bear. Because I also saw these, right? I saw the 8 of Wands with this reminds me of like masculine, feminine, and there's a child here, so you might bear another light worker. You might bear another chosen one, right? They chooses this lifestyle, but I feel like it would, the probability is high because you are the example, so your child would want to be like you, right? So I feel like your next of kin will be just like you, right? And so things will get easier even for your children. They won't have to experience those hardships, right? The ones that you have, at least, or your bloodline has, right? Which is why the ancestors are happy for any type of improvement, because it's like, this is what you're here for, so that you don't make the same mistakes over and over. You don't keep doing, you know, delaying progress, right? And they're grateful. You pushed yourself. You've done wonders. And that was confirmation, because the light flickered again. So, all right, let's see what else. Any final things to put in there? I know they want to take me for all I've done. White runs, we've all done some really messed up things, hon. So if you think you're the only one, we've all done some messed up things. Just if you're really sorry, then forgive yourself. What's the point of being mad your whole life? You know, just forgive yourself and try to, you know, make amends, and then live a life that reflects how sorry you know, that reflects you wanting to be a better human, right? Don't we all deserve to be happy even when we all make mistakes? Because we're all going to make a lot of mistakes. We're going to hurt people. We're going to do something stupid. But we all deserve to be happy if we choose to heal that and make amends. Okay. That was a lot of cards that fell. Let's see what else. Feeling for Novia next action. All right. Next. There you go. No, look at this. This is my also ancestor card. They're watching you. I feel like they're celebrating you. Every little milestone is a win. I really do feel they're celebrating you, and they want you to know that. I feel like somebody's probably having a hard time, so this reading is going to be it's going to be timeless, but I feel like somebody's really going to benefit from this reading. And the only reason I say that is because if somebody's having a hard time, they need more guidance and support than, you know, at the moment. And I see that. It's funny because I feel like somebody's so in tune with like spirituality. When they close their eyes, they can actually sense or maybe hear lower energy calling them. It's like lower energies tapping into you all the time, and you can hear that frequency. You can even tap into that frequency. But it's like you want to close your eyes and really your senses are heightened, right? That's why when you meditate, you can do it with eyes open, right? But I feel like everything heightens a little bit either way, right? But I feel like if you do close your eyes, I'm getting when you tap into the energy, you're just so advanced, or you're just so aware at this point that it's like you no longer want to be hearing this energy. When you really focus, you understand that being tapped into this energy, lower energy, is actually imprisoning you in this completely the opposite of what we've been talking about today this whole time, right? Which is being happy. So you go from this, and this is the card that fell on top, right? Well, actually it was on the side. It was like this. And this is you. Look at this. You have an option. You have a choice of what energy you want to tap into today. And I feel like it's, again, free will. Wheel of Fortune is in your side with the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting somebody feels like they owe amends. Somebody owes amends, or somebody's looking at their whole life and where they've gone wrong, what they've done wrong. But I feel like if you've made a pact with the devil, this is for somebody. If you think you've made a pact with the devil, or if you think that you're putting too much energy into your fears and the things that hurt you or that may hurt others, it's okay. That's part of being human. A lot of people want to blame themselves and hate themselves for like operating at such low levels, but really it's probably how you grew up. It's probably how you were taught to be, right? And so like trying to right wrongs and every single thing you've done wrong, it could be stressful. And it can make you want to shame yourself more, but the whole point is like to look at everything you've done and then just let it go, right? Forgive yourself. I feel like somebody's just looking at everything and then just like saying goodbye to it. It's all about death and rebirth. Let go of the past. Let it burn, right? Let it go so that you can just have a clean slate and then live the rest of your life, like I said, different, being different, choosing different, right? But again, with the, like, time moves on is what I'm getting. Time is moving on. Don't forget that. So you, again, tap into whatever frequency you want, but you can either stay stuck in the past or just choose to move on. And if you're stuck in the middle, still healing and crying, then keep doing it. You got this. But eventually in time, you're going to realize that you're strong enough to just say goodbye. And then that would also be a win for your lineage because you can be happy. You see how this is all connected? I'm getting moving forward. Finally, Scorpio season, you can move on. No more burdens and hating yourself because you don't think you're enough. It's an illusion. It's what your past taught you. But who you are now is so different from your past. Can you see it though? Can you see it this season when we transition into death and rebirth? Can you see you're a whole different person? How many times have we done the death and rebirth phase? How many times? How many years? We're different. And even if you're not perfect, that's okay. Even if you still, there's parts of self that drive people bonkers, that's okay. You're human. Do you accept it this season so you can finally move on? So all of a sudden your big nightmares, the things that you hate about yourself the most, the thing that scares you, can you could you lay this to rest? Can you accept it as you and then just be like, okay, it's me, it's who I am. I accept it. I did this in the past. Yes, I messed up. That's okay. I'm human and I learned. Now I can live differently. Now I can make different decisions, but do I accept it? Yeah, it's funny. Some numbers came up. 8 is death and rebirth, right? 8 is death and rebirth, and 9 is transitioning to, they always say it's karma. It's a number of karma. Is it? Because I always see it as conclusions. Can we convert this, the past karma, and then convert it into dharma? Could we live our life and create dharma? It's a good question. I love your accent. What accent? Is it what kind of accent? Don't answer that, I'm joking. All right, hey, come on, welcome. Yeah, we are human. I think that's beautiful. That's a beautiful pentacle. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful. This reminds me of desire. Desire. What is the thing you want the most? But it can also, in this particular reading, I got more like pensive because the devil was next to you. Regret, fear, pain, the things I hate of myself, right? That I don't want to shed a light on. I feel like a lot of this last year, a lot of people had to go within and really see the things they don't like about themselves and finally accept them so that they can, what else are we? We always want to focus on the light and the spirituality, but why can't we accept bad? I'm talking to me too when I say this, by the way. Okay. Do not marry me, karma will come to you. It's free will. That's why I don't really believe in karma hurting, you know, like, even if it's true or not, like, I would rather focus on the dharma, on the good. on what is the good that I can do today for myself and for others. All right, King of Wands. This is also I always see this as ancestor card, but that's okay. This is you, because you came out as the Emperor earlier. This is you. I see you really just seeing things for what they are. I feel like if you weren't really accepting of others' behaviors or the things about them that you would consider bad, it's because there was a lack of self-acceptance, and this season you get to rectify that. All of a sudden, people's ways of being don't really get to you this season because you've accepted that that's human characteristics. So if somebody comes to you and they're very overbearing and controlling and they're trying to control everything around you, it could have bothered you in the past. Now you're like, okay. And you're just watching people. And again, this is to signify how much you've grown as a person. Because you understand their stuff is their stuff, has nothing to do with you. And that's a win. Because that's not an issue you have to deal with. That's their stuff. And then you're free. You're scot-free from having to learn a lesson by not engaging with this person's own stuff and their own fears and illusions and needing for control. By you not engaging, you've already you're good, you're free. And I feel like that's the whole point, that the divine is trying to show you how much you've grown through these experiences. You get to see that this season. Death and rebirth is alive and well this season. All right. I think that was it. I don't know if there's anything else that I can really talk about. We've went through a lot on this earth sign energy. I didn't even know I can talk this much about an earth sign. Okay. It's funny how this card came right in front of this card, though. I didn't want to say that. I feel like this is your oversoul or version of you that's watching you here in human form. I feel like you see yourself so small. And you will never do that again this season. You will never make that mistake again. You're not small. You are a big freaking deal. And your ancestors have been trying to convince you of that for a very long time. But again, when we make really big mistakes, we tend to hate ourselves. But or if it's not making big mistakes, it could be others not seeing us as a big deal. Maybe that's the burden we had to carry, being seen small. And therefore we see ourselves small, but we're not doing that anymore. Not this season. Death and rebirth. I don't know why I wanted to say that. Okay, that was for my earth signs. At this point, 48, we'll do 4830. 4830, yeah. Yes, thank you, White Runs. Thank you, I'm fine. I like your channel. Thank you, Kamal. Yes, thank you for always checking in and tuning in with us. It means the world. We're almost at 1K subscribers, so let's keep it going. Hopefully the right people find our message and spread the word. All right, don't forget, if you guys want to donate, you can go to the description box below and you can click donate to my PayPal or to my Cash App, okay? Jocelyn Lovely 888. All right, guys. At this point, we can go to questions. If you guys, thank you for the reading. I appreciate you. Bless. Thank you, Elizario. Take good care of yourself. Thanks for tuning in for the first time. Anybody has a question? I think I can probably answer 1 or 2 questions on the live. I always try to do it, but I don't do it as often as I used to. We can do like 1 or 2 question session, okay? All right, let's transition into questions and answers. 4830. I dropped my Emperor card. Does anybody have 1 question? Let me know. No, I don't have a regular schedule. I always let you guys know like 30 minutes in advance. I do go on like 4 or 5 times a week. This month has been tricky, but I should be on more consistently. I try to log on like 4 times a week. And I always let you guys know like half an hour or an hour prior. So just subscribe and then you'll get the notifications, okay, Lazario? Nova Haram, current feelings for Nova next option. I will find a job soon. Okay, no, Punk. I'll answer that. Shout out to Nell Punk. Nell Punk stands on business today. Alright. 2 cards fell. I'm gonna drop them both. I like this. I like this energy. I'm gonna mix it up. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Nell Punk. Somebody's feeling a little bit like closed doors. Like you feel, somebody feels trapped. Somebody's feeling really trapped. Like they're a little afraid to step. They can't. I feel like somebody feels like they have nowhere to move. They got nowhere to go. They have no options. Let me see. Let me pull out more cards. Get a job. Yo, that's the Empress with the Emperor. I feel like somebody has to focus that. No, Punk, focus a little bit more on your self-worth, because I feel like maybe because you feel like you're out of options, you may go for a job that you typically won't go for. I think you should be a little bit more optimistic about like the type of job that you want to get. So be very selective. I know it's difficult at this moment because a lot of people are looking for jobs, but you need to be a little bit more selective. Okay, let me re-explain that. Sorry, I don't want to say you need to be. I don't want to say that. You may want to be a little bit more selective about what kind of job you are worthy of, because I feel like if you just pick any type of job, they're not gonna appreciate you. Do you see what I'm saying? So focus on getting jobs that, focus on your self-esteem a little bit to kind of raise it up so that you start applying for jobs that you think are above you. I think you need to, that you may think they're too overqualified. You're not overqualified for, right? So go for jobs that, okay, you may not meet all the requirements, but still apply, right? Because I feel like you'll be surprised at what you're gonna find. Okay, but right now it almost seems like you're not finding anything, and that may be for a reason. I feel like there's something that you have to deal with, and I think it has to do with your self-esteem before you find a job. So sometimes when you think you have no other option, is because that's exactly what's going on. The divine blocks everything around you so that you don't escape. It needs you to deal with something internally first before you can, everything on the outside opens up for you. Okay, so again, work on your self-esteem, work on your self-worth this season, okay? And then once you do that, everything will start moving fast again, okay? It has happened to me many times, so I know what I'm telling you. All right, who's next? As a cross guard. What? If you do, though, just know, and the only reason I'm laughing, White Runs, is because I know everybody's gonna be protected. You're gonna have that Glock. That's why I was laughing, because I'm like, oh, if White Runs is a cross guard, everyone's protected, okay? White Runs does not play. Okay, why did you ignore me? Novia. Oh, Novia, you're next. You're next. I just, Nell Punk is usually there viewing me all the time, and I never get to answer questions for Nell Punk, so that's why I did it. Okay? All right, you're next, Novia. Mr. Buzzer. Hey, Mr. Novia. Oh, a lot of cards flipped over. Let me reshuffle these, okay? Novia. Novia. Okay, I did get a 3 of Swords, but I didn't want to pull it out earlier, so I got something else instead. Ooh. Okay, this is the season of death and rebirth for Novia. I feel like the divine, you may think, okay, so if the divine is like telling you something's over, right? If you and a person's over, I think the divine's trying to, it's like a blessing, and I don't think you even see that. Because you got a Page of Wands here. This is you trying to ascend to something better. For something better to come along, for you literally to move up. I feel like somebody thinks that's all they can have, or that this is the best you can do. That is a lie. That it's an illusion, Novia. The divine knows you can do so much better, and I think it's trying to tell you that. But I think you just love this person so much, or if it's vice versa, somebody can do better, okay? I'm getting the King of Swords in reverse, though. This is a diplomat. This is a diplomacy card. This is right, but I'm not getting that today. It's in reverse. I'm getting death and rebirth. I feel like this is death and rebirth season. The divine wants you to see like what you can become if you allow this energy to take you. But I feel like there's a part of you that doesn't believe or doesn't want to move. You don't want to, somebody doesn't want to ascend here. I feel like somebody wants to stay where they're at, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm getting that it's like it's like the death. It's death energy. But it's in reverse. It's like you're digging your own grave by doing that. I don't know how many times. I feel like the divine's tried to tell you many times that this isn't going to work out, and I feel like you keep running back to this. So I feel like it's like this is like digging your own grave energy. Okay? So you can go back, Novia, go ahead. But I just think it's the same thing over and over again. Okay? Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm in love. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you can go back. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's whatever you want to do. I understand. All right, who's next? The school cross guard. Right, just don't. Right, you're gonna have that in your car. You're gonna have that in your car. White runs, but you should be. Yeah, what inspired you to be a school cross guard? White runs. I think that's a lovely thing to do for the community. Was it because of your kids? Like the PTA meetings, they told you guys who wanted to volunteer? Michael Campbell. Hey, Michael, welcome. Thank you for your guidance. Of course, Novia. Don't forget, if you guys ever want to donate, you can. It does help my channel. This is how I eat for a living, so, you know, sometimes it's ramen, but we make it happen. I'm not too fancy. Well, I don't like ramen, but yeah, I just make like that soup at the house, that Mexican soup and stuff like that. So I be eating good. Let me stop. Let me stop. It's not lobster, but it's definitely good sopita de caldo. All right. Thank you, guys. Does anybody else have a question? Thank you for your guidance. Yeah. Michael Campbell. I've never seen you here, Michael. I've never seen you before. Are you new to my channel? How's everybody doing? Is everybody tired today? What time is it? Oh, it's 8. That's why. Well, I definitely get it. I'm gonna be a school cross guard. Yeah, wait, Ron, so you didn't hear me? I was saying, what inspired you to be a cross guard white runs? Like, did you just want to do it? Do you have children? Like, I mean, you don't have to share all of that, but whatever you want to share with us here today. All right, let's see. To make sure people are safe. Yes. Beautiful white runs. Beautiful. See? And you say there's like, this is your contribution. This is how you make living amends. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Okay? Can you please? For me? For the collective? For all of us? Because if you're happy and you forgive yourself and you release yourself from burdens, then you can teach others how to do that. You can be an example for a lot of us in this group, right? You can be an example for me, right? So please, if you're happy, then we're all happy. All right, does anybody have, did somebody ask a question earlier, but I might have missed them? Nope. Oh, you're welcome, No Punk. No, I think that's it. I came in late. Did you do Saggies? Oh, I only did Earth signs today. We just did a whole dedicated all to Earth because I haven't tapped into Earth since last week. I can do Saggy for you, yeah? I'll do it for you now. How about that? Only because I'm in the mood. You know, some days I don't be in the mood, right? Yo, this is why I kind of like the Earth sign, or like to do one big sign. Like that day for the collective spread, that celebrating the 1010 portal, because it was just enough time to get through the reading, and then I had like free time to do readings for everybody else. Yeah. Hello, pretty lady. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Anderson. Welcome, welcome. Have I seen you before in my channel? On my channel? Okay. Are the ancestors calling from the spiritual realm? Well, they're right next to you. Surprise, Alessandro. All right, Rebecca. 3 cards fell out for Saggies. Ooh, this is so beautiful. It's so beautiful and mesmerizing, but I am afraid to look. Oh, girl, what have you been working through? Jesus, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. This is you. I mean, Saggies in the sun right there. Look at, you're just sitting there. You were going through a huge transformation at the moment. Okay, we just talked about death and rebirth, didn't we? For like a whole 40 minutes. And it's like you were in your darkest. Literally, you were going through a really dark time, and I think only you knew how dark it was. It's really dark, whatever you were going through. And then it's like you just sat there, and it almost seemed like it wasn't worth it. The journey you're on was just so dark, and it's not worth it. And then all of a sudden, it's like the darker and the deeper in the darkness you went. It's like you're listening to what is being said or in the dark, right? Because this person's still, it's listening. And then all of a sudden, it's like it's so unclear, everything's so unclear, and it's a little painful. But then once you're in the dark and you're settled in, it's like bam. This is what I was afraid to look at. Because if it were another card, it would have been dark. But that's not what I saw. I saw like illumination. I seen crystallization of the body, of the Merkaba. It's like rebirth. But this is like I see crystals in your reading. It's like, it's so bright. It was so bright that I couldn't even look at the card. And this card's not that bright, but it's like illumination is what I'm getting, like a rebirth, a deeper sense of knowing of self. Like, it's almost as if you understand your purpose a little bit more clearly now. Ooh. So whatever was so uncomfortable, whatever was such a burden, whatever was so dark, it's like you got through it, or you're getting through it, and you're almost there, because it's like a lot of there's a big part of you that was shaped or reshaped, and it's coming out, right? And it's a difficult transition, very difficult, but beautiful. Oh my God, I just see so much light frequency. It's really high. Okay, it was scary. It was blinding in the best way possible is what I'm saying. You are definitely a light worker, honey. Saggies. Thank you, Anderson. I love what you said about the ancestors, by the way. No punk. Thank you, No Punk. See, No Punk just gets it. Corny MBS. Okay, if you don't believe, I can't force you, Knucklehead. It's funny how you still tapped into this energy. It's funny how you tapped into this channel, isn't it though? It's funny. Think about it. Why did you tap in here? Why did this come up for you specifically? Think about that. Maybe you deny who you are, Knucklehead. Who you really are. And it's grand, baby. Sing symphony. Oh, I cannot. I haven't sung in years, and I used to have a beautiful voice, but not anymore. I don't sing anymore, baby. I should. Not in public. Maybe karaoke if I were drunk. Yeah, it's Rebecca. Of course. Saggies. Of course. I was gonna leave it there, but it's like, I was just kind of scared. That 5 of Wands really scared me. That butterfly transition was big, man. You're tapping, Saggies, you're tapping into something really big. And I think that, remember, the darker it is at the moment, the brighter it's going to be, right? Because remember, when you dive really, really deep into the darkness, the other side of the spectrum, or the other side of the coin, is that much light, right? So think of it in those terms. That's all I saw, is that light, man. That light frequency. I don't even want to pull any more cards because it was so beautiful. I really don't think I should. I love this. I'm going to leave it there. Because it's in the middle. It's paused. There's something going on transformational at the moment. I don't want to mess with that. I want to leave it there. And see, you're going to come out of it, of course. Because you've already tapped into something very, very powerful. You already know it. It's in you. It's a part of you. It's already inside of you. But I think the transformation is only midway, or it's almost done. We're still working our way through the end of this transformation, right? It's big. That's why it took so long, or that's why it was that heavy, right? Because it's a big outcome. All right. Yeah, you should. Ooh. Anderson Gray. Oh, got it. I'm doing good. Anybody else had a question? Anderson, love your hair. Thank you, Anderson. No, he's never been in my channel. Okay, Anderson, welcome. Hopefully you resonate with the readings. Hopefully you join the community, and just if it's for you, you're always welcome. Okay, Anderson? All right. Of course. Hey, Brian, welcome. Yeah, you should sing. No, I'm not doing that today. I don't feel it. I don't feel it today. Especially after long readings and stuff, I get tired. My voice gets tired. I don't want to do it. All right. Hopefully you guys resonated. It looks good. It looks good. I think I'm gonna end it there. My voice is getting tired. I will try to log back in tomorrow. Probably, yeah. If not, we can do Thursday. Yeah, I'm excited. You're welcome, Rebecca. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. Take good care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.